About a month ago, I started searching for an apartment here in Accra, and people recommended so many sites that I could look to find an apartment, and including the popular ones. You have TikTok, which was very highly recommended, and I use that a lot. Gigi and the rest. There were quite a number of sites I visited. The main issue was always, of course, finding the property that you wanted to rent, and then the real work began once you find the agent, or once you find the property, and you have to find the agent, text them, follow up with them, and then when you're lucky, you get to go visit the place and pay money just to see the property. And something majority of the time it's not what you want. There's something that is not exactly what you were expecting, but it wasn't clear in the video that you saw, in the picture that you saw. So and so the cycle continues. I paid almost close to 2,000 Ghana cities just to visit sites, and finally found a place now. But in that entire process, which took about 2 months to find a place, I had written down numbers of agents, close to about 200 numbers right now. At the time, texted almost close to half of those numbers on WhatsApp. You know, Close to half of that again did not respond. Those that responded either said the property was taken, or they ended up trying to sell me, upsell another property to me, which wasn't what I was looking for. And so these are just the numbers here. So I wrote them on a piece of paper, and after this whole search, this whole, process of getting an apartment, I documented and put it in a spreadsheet here nicely, as you can see. So I actually labeled them as phase one, phase two, phase three, and these occurred over the period of 2 months as I search on these various sites to find an apartment. The common one was mostly TikTok, because I get to see a video and a walkthrough of the apartment, which to some extent gave a more 3D perspective of the place, unlike Gigi and the other sites, which were mainly static images. But at the end of the day, you still have to, contact the agent, and these agents are receiving numerous calls, numerous text messages from people, and so they are always overwhelmed all the time. So majority of them will not respond to your messages, even when you find a place that, or when you see it, even when they post something that looks nice. Sometimes too, they'll post something that they know very well that this property has been taken, but the property just looks very nice, and they know it's going to bring the hype and bring the attention to their profile, so they post it anyway, and then they don't respond when people try to ask if the property is still available, or they try to take it to another place and try to sell it to another property, which of course is an inconvenience to you, knowing very well that you were reaching out because of a particular property and not what they are trying to sell to you now. And so after this whole thing, I compiled this almost close to 200 contacts, and I decided to build an application out of that. I used that towards the latter part of my search process, and that was the solution that I actually used to find the place that I got. And I thought to share it and make it available to everyone else who is in the process of searching for an apartment. So let me walk you through how the current website looks like, what I built out of these contacts. What I decided to do is, instead of searching for properties and subsequently find the agent and now going through that whole thing, find an agent who is trustworthy. Let the agent do the work for you. That's already what they do. They search and they scout for properties. So why do I have to go and scout for properties on the site again? I'll contact the agent, give them my specifications. The agent takes that and find me a place. If they don't find me a place, I don't have a case with them. But the easiest part is that you can text over 100 people within a span of 10 minutes, and you don't have to save the numbers on your phone to clutter your phone book or anything. The most annoying part of this whole thing was how cluttered my phone book was after this whole process, because I needed to save the person's number before I can, WhatsApp them or whatever. I actually had ended up creating a separate account, business WhatsApp, that I was using to do that, and it was cluttered with all these numbers that I had to delete afterwards. Now with the platform that I built out of this contact, it's like it's a phone book for rent agents. So it's called Rent Agent Ghana. So if you go to Rent Agent Ghana, the main pain point is that you don't want to clutter your phone books, you don't want to be doing the chasing around, you don't want to be repeating the same message yourself all over again. Oh, I want this a property. You go and text another person, I want the same property. Like, you keep repeating the same message, sorry, over and over again with different agents. So simplify that process. you can really use the same property, I mean the same message over and over again, and you can just send it. So you are blasting to as many rent agents as possible, and you can, just wait for who is serious to respond and who has the property that you want to respond. So that's basically it. You search the property where you want, you search a place where you want the property. So for instance, I can search, say, I want a property around Adenta. And these are all agents around Adenta that or agents who have listed or who have apartments somewhere listed in Adenta. You just go there and then you contact them. That's it. That's it. It's as easy as that. The names are just there. You click contact, and then here's already a predefined message that I have used before. But let's say I don't want to use the same message. I can just clear it, and then I can set another parameter, different parameters of what I want. So say I want a 2 bedroom, or maybe a 3 bedroom apartment. I want it at, obviously this person is at Adenta, so mostly it's not just only Adenta that they might have, but they will have it around Adenta and other places closer to Adenta, so Medina, Yarifa, all those places. So you can, if you want an apartment around there, it's not bad to actually ask this person if they have an apartment somewhere. So let's say I want a place around Oyarifa, right? Oyarifa, right? And then my price range, I'm looking for a 3 bedroom apartment. My price range or my budget per month is about, say, let's make it 5,000 to 6,000, right? That's my budget. And the move in, maybe let's give it next month. And then are there any preferential things I want to put? Say, is there a finish I want to finish, or separate meters, those kind of things. So you can write everything else here, this message here. So let's say I want it finished, separate meters, what else? I don't know. No landlords or something. I don't know. That's something I was actually also very particular about. Spacious kitchen or something, but that wasn't really a priority for me. But I know a lot of females, that is a top priority for them. But my main priority was that there shouldn't be a landlord inside, and I'm sure a lot of people too appreciate that. You shouldn't have any landlords in there. To bring another whole bunch of issues and things like that. So once you put all these preferences and things there, you can now, there's a button here that you can save to reuse this message. So you just save it to reuse, and that's it. You can preview it, and then once you're okay with it, if you're not okay, you can go back and edit. Once you're okay with it, you send. And that is it. So this person I've contacted, so this is Accra Dreams. The message has been sent to them. Now, if I go to Apartment Hunt in Accra, which is another agent, the same message has pre-populated again. I don't have to type it again. I just preview and send. I go to the next person, the same message has pre-populated. I preview and send. The whole thing is that I know what my spec is. I know what apartment I'm looking for. So I don't have to be retyping it almost every time. And so we just save, I reuse it, reuse it. And so within a span of 5 minutes, I can send 10 messages to, 10 different agents within just time span. And so look, I'm just speaking to you, and already I have sent almost contacted 6 agents within these few seconds that I've started this. And so that's how easy it is. And all of this is happening on this platform. All of this is happening on this platform. You are not taking numbers. You can't even see the numbers of the person. You can click to see their profile, where they've listed apartments. You can rate them based on your experience working with them, but you don't get to see their numbers. Nobody gets to see anybody's number. They don't see your number. You don't see their number. The only time you begin to exchange any numbers are when you have, conversed with the person. So when you go to your inbox here, you see your messages. And so when you open and the person has responded to you, so if you've texted the person will see it on their phone. To be, they'll be prompted via an SMS. They'll open and come to this platform to respond to you. If they meet your criteria, they have other specs and things you want, then you can exchange contacts then, and then you can now have a more personal conversation on your individual, preferred communication channel. So all the fluff, all the chaff, all the rapport establishment is happening all on this form, on this platform, and it's as easy as that. So if you are currently looking for an apartment, searching for an apartment, especially in Accra here, go visit Rent Agent Ghana. All of this is free. Go sign up and start searching and texting people. Thank you.